Hello students, the next point from this topic, that is first topic, okay, we are going to study about the stoichiometric calculations and stoichiometric coefficients. Okay, so before studying about the stoichiometry, we will discuss what is chemical equation, what is chemical reaction. Okay, what is chemical equation or what is chemical reaction. Okay, for example, we will consider a combustion reaction of carbon. So carbon on combustion gives carbon dioxide. Or instead of carbon we will take here methane. Okay, instead of carbon we will take methane. Methane on combustion gives carbon dioxide and water. Okay, carbon dioxide and water. So I will write in the words, exact words, all the things. So what it is? Methane on combustion gives carbon dioxide and water. Okay, so we can write this procedure or this chemical chemical procedure, okay, chemical process which is in the word. We can write it is in as a chemical equation. So how to write the chemical equation? So we can write methane plus, okay, now reaction is combustion reaction. Reaction means what? Combustion reaction. And you all of you know that for combustion purpose we require oxygen. So methane plus oxygen gives carbon dioxide plus water. We can write carbon dioxide plus water. Now whatever things which are produced during this process, okay, all they are what? Gases. Carbon dioxide, methane is gas, oxygen is gas, carbon dioxide gas, water vapors. Because combustion reaction, water vapors also come in the form of what? Gas. So we can write. So for methane, we know that the chemical formula for methane is CH4. Okay, plus oxygen O2. Okay, oxygen gives carbon dioxide CO2 plus H2. Now what we have written? We have written the chemical formula. Okay, chemical formula, or it is called as molecular formula. It is also called as molecular formula for each of the things which is produced or which is consumed during this combustion process. Okay, now the representation of a chemical process. Okay, the representation of chemical process or the representation of any of the process where matter get converted from one form to another form. Okay, the representation of any process with its molecular formula is called as chemical equation. What it is called as? Chemical equation or chemical reaction. Okay, so representation of any process in the form of molecular formula is called as chemical equation or chemical reaction. Okay, now in this reaction, one molecule of methane reacts with two molecules of oxygen to form one molecule of carbon dioxide and two molecules of water. Now, what we have done? Okay, whatever present on this Here also total 4 oxygen, 4 hydrogens are on left hand side, 4 hydrogens on right hand side. So this all the right hand side and left hand side are equal now. Okay, if we consider about the mass, if we consider about the number of atoms, if we consider about the volume, all are what? Equal. Now what I am telling, this methane gas, oxygen gas, carbon dioxide gas, water vapor. So we represent this gas, okay, as a small g while writing the chemical equation. While writing the chemical equation. So this small g corresponds to gas. Okay, if you are writing small s, it means solid. What it means? Solid. If you are writing small l, it means that you are writing it as liquid. It as liquid. Now all the number of atoms are equal on both sides. Such a reaction, such a chemical equation where all the atoms present on left hand side is equal to all the atoms present on right hand side, such a chemical equation is called as balanced chemical equation or balanced reaction. Balanced reaction. Correct? So this is called as a balanced reaction. Now whenever we represent any process in the form of molecular formula, okay, the equation, chemical equation or the chemical reaction has two important parts. Okay, one is called as, the first one is called as reactant. What it is? Reactants. And the second part, which is on right hand side, is called as product. So what is reactant? Okay, what is reactant? These substances which take part in a chemical reaction. Chemical reaction from which product is going to be formed. Those are called as a reactant. So it is in very simple means. Okay, what is reactant? Reactant is nothing but any substance which take parts in the chemical reaction. Okay, and gets converted into product. It's called as a reactant. So chemical equation has two parts. One is called as a reactant. Another one is called as a product. Okay. So product is what? The substances which form or produced after chemical change or chemical reaction. So the substances which are produced or which are formed after chemical process or chemical change, okay, are called as products. So main thing of the chemical equations is what? Reactant on left hand side, product on right hand side. Now what you are writing here, there is no number. What it suggests? It suggests that it has 1. Okay, here we are not writing any number, means there is 1. Okay, so here also it is 1. Okay, now this 1 or this 1 or 2 or this 2, okay, this 1 and 2, okay, what we have written is called as what? It is called as stoichiometric coefficient. They are called as stoichiometric coefficient. Sir, what you are telling? You are telling about chemical equation. Now the new word is here. Okay, that is called the stoichiometric coefficient. What it is? So what we try to study? We trying to study the stoichiometric calculations, stoichiometric measurements, and balancing the chemical equation. So the point is stoichiometric calculation. What it means? What is the things? Okay. So in the stoichiometric word, the stoichio. Okay, the stoichio came from what it is. It is a German word, and as per the German word, stoichio means okay, elements. Stoichio means elements, and metron or metric, it is nothing but measure. Okay, to measure. Okay, or measurements. So what we are doing in the stoichiometric calculation, we are going to measure the elements. Okay, we are going to measure the element. Now, how to measure the elements? Measure. How to measure? So, elements, we are not actually counting the number of atoms. Okay, we are not counting the number of atoms because it is not possible to see a single atom. Okay, and that's why we are using different terms. Okay, different terms. Now, if we try to think about this equation, chemical equation, particular this chemical equation, which is written for the combustion reaction. Okay, what we can say? Okay, we can say that by looking at the equation, chemical equation, we can say that. Okay, so listen carefully what I am saying and what I am trying to say. Okay, just listen carefully. One volume of one volume of methane, one volume of methane reacts with 2 volume of oxygen, reacts with the 2 volume of oxygen to produce 1 volume of what? 1 volume of carbon dioxide and 2 volume of water. 2 volume of water. Otherwise, in another word, we can say that. What we can say? We can say that 1 mole of methane. 1 mole of methane reacts with 2 mole of oxygen, 2 mole of oxygen to produce 1 mole of carbon dioxide and 2 mole of what it is? Water. 2 mole of water vapors. Okay. Otherwise, what we can write? We can write 1 molecule of methane reacts with 2 molecule of oxygen to produce 1 molecule of carbon dioxide and 2 molecules of water. 2 molecules of water. Now we know that 1 molecule, okay, or 1 mole of methane means how many grams? Now we can write it in the form of mass. Okay, so this is how much? 16 gram of methane. What we can write to say? 16 gram of methane reacts with 64 gram of oxygen. Okay, why 64? Because O2, mass of 1 oxygen molecule is 32 gram. Okay, 1 oxygen atom, it is 16 gram. O2, it is 32. So 2 O2, it becomes 64. Correct? Now 16 gram of methane reacts with 64 gram of oxygen to produce 44 gram of carbon dioxide. 44 gram of carbon dioxide and 36 gram of water. 36 gram of water. Now if you look at the equation, if you look at the values of mass, 16 plus 64, how much it is? It is 80 gram. 44 plus 36, how much it is? 80 gram. Okay, so law of conservation of mass is neither created nor be destroyed. It is just converted from one form to another form. Clear? So the what we have written, okay, we have written in case of volume. Okay, now all quantities are gases. 1 mole means what? 22.4 liter. 22.4 liter. 2 moles means how much? 44.8 liter. 44.8 liter. And again carbon dioxide, what it is? 22.4 liter. Water vapors, again in the form of gas, 44.8 liter. Okay, now in case of volume we can say how it is? 22.4 liter of methane reacts with 44.8 liter of oxygen to produce 22.4 liter of carbon dioxide and 44.8 liter of water vapors. So we talk, okay, we can tell the data in form of volume, okay, in the form of number of moles, okay, in the form of molecules, okay, or in the form of mass. Now whatever things we are doing over here, okay, so the measurements in the chemical equation or in the balanced chemical equation in the form of volume, in the form of number of moles, in the form of number of molecules, in the form of mass, okay, it is a nothing but a stoichiometric calculation, and the numbers which are written in front of the molecular formula, these numbers are called as stoichiometric coefficient. Okay, so this is regarding the stoichiometric calculation. So what is stoichiometric calculation? Okay, the measurements of reactants and products, or the quantitative measurements of reactants and products in a balanced chemical equation is called as stoichiometric calculation. So these are quantitative measurements. Okay, either it is in the form of volume, number of moles, molecules, or mass. So the quantitative measurements of reactants and products. Okay, how much reactants are consumed, how much product is formed. Okay, so which is represented in the form of quantity. Okay, so quantitative measurement of reactant and product in the balanced chemical equation. Is called as stoichiometric calculation. Okay, have you understood this point? Okay, the next point from this topic is balancing a chemical equation. How to balance the chemical equation? So for example, we will take a reaction of iron with a chlorine to form ferric chloride. Okay, reaction of iron with a chlorine chlorine to produce ferric chloride. Okay, so during balancing the chemical equation, we have to follow different steps. Okay, so first a very important step is write down the correct molecular and atomic formula. Okay, so represent each and every reactant and product with its correct molecular formula. Okay, so step first, very important, we have to write correct molecular formula. So for iron, you know that its formula is, or its symbol is Fe. Okay, and which is always present in the form of solid. Okay, so this solid iron reacts with chlorine. Chlorine means Cl, but this Cl is always present as a Cl2, chlorine, and in the form of gas. In the form of gas. In the form of gas, this gives ferric chloride. The formula is FeCl3. Okay, and this is nothing but a salt of iron. Okay, ferric chloride is nothing but a salt of iron which is in the solid form. So we have to represent the correct molecular formula for each reactant and product. In the second step, you have to balance all the elements other than oxygen and hydrogen. Oxygen and hydrogen. So you have to rewrite the equation and balance for the what elements, those other than what it is, oxygen and hydrogen. So we are rewriting this equation. Now here there is no oxygen, no hydrogen, so we don't require hydrogen oxygen step over here. Okay, so what to do? So we have to balance iron and chlorine on both the sides. So on the left hand side one iron is there, on right hand side there is one iron, no problem. Okay, it is iron. But on the left hand side there is what? 2 chlorine atoms, and on right hand side there is 3 chlorine atoms. So we have to balance the chlorine first. Okay, now how to balance this chlorine? Here we require 3 chlorine for each Fe atom. For each Fe atom we require 3 chlorine atom. Okay, and we have only 2 in the single molecule of chlorine. So if we increase the number of iron over here, okay, we have a chance to increase this. Okay, we have to chance to increase this. So first we will increase the Fe2 over here. So here we have 2 Fe, but now chlorine is how much? 6. Chlorine is how much? 6. Now we can take 3 molecule of chlorine. 3 molecule of chlorine which gives 6 atom of chlorine. So here 6 atom of chlorine, 2 Fe, 6 atom of chlorine. So both right hand side is equal to what? Left hand side. And now the reaction is totally balanced. Totally what? Balanced. Okay, understood? Oh, otherwise I will take another one example. Propane on combustion gives carbon dioxide and water. So I am writing molecular formula. Okay, so what is the propane combustion. Okay, no problem. In presence of oxygen, it requires oxygen, CO2 plus H2. Okay, now what is the formula for this? Is first step. What is the formula for this propane? Propane has a formula C3H8. C3H8. Okay, so this is nothing but your propane. So propane on combustion in presence of oxygen gives carbon dioxide and water. So step first is clear. Write the correct molecular formulas. Okay, now in the second step we have to balance all other elements other than hydrogen and oxygen. So if you check over here there are three carbon atoms on left hand side, but only one carbon atom on right hand side. Okay, so balance for that first. Okay, so what it is, C3H8 plus O2 gives CO2 plus H2O. So balance for what? Carbon atom first. Okay, here 3. So what we have to do? We have to take 3 carbon dioxide, because each carbon dioxide contains only one carbon atom. So we require total 3 carbon dioxide. Now in the next step we have to balance hydrogen atom first. Okay, so look at the hydrogen atom. On the left hand side there are total 8 hydrogen atoms, but on the right hand side there is only 2 hydrogen atoms. So what we will rewrite the equation and balance for the hydrogen atom. 3CO2 plus, now here 8 hydrogen means we have to take 4 water molecules. Okay, we have to take 4 water molecules. 4 into 2, 8. Okay, 4 into 2, 8. Now hydrogen is also balanced. Now check for the oxygen atom. Here total are 4. There are 4 from water and 2 into 3 means 6 from the carbon dioxide. Total 10 oxygen atom on right hand side and only 2 oxygen atom at left hand side. It means that we have to increase this by 8. Okay, so in the next step what we do, C3H8 plus, how many we require on left hand side? 10. So 5 oxygen gives 3 CO2 plus 4 H2O. Okay, now look at the reaction. Okay, and last step is very important. You have to cross check what you have written. 3 carbon atom, 8 hydrogen, 10 oxygen, 6 plus 4, 10 oxygen. Now this is what balance the chemical equation for this process. Okay, so it is clear. Okay, so hope you have understood how to balance chemical reaction and what is meant by stoichiometry and stoichiometric calculations. So stoichiometric calculation is nothing but the measurement, quantitative measurement of element present or elements which are taking part in the chemical reaction. Quantitative measurement of reactant and product. Okay, in the balanced chemical equation is called as a stoichiometric calculation. Okay, and stoichiometric calculation is done only on the balanced chemical equation. Imbalanced, okay, or incomplete equation does not give any measurements, correct measurements. Okay, and that's why the stoichiometric calculation is done on the balanced chemical equation. And how to balance chemical equation? We have taken 2 examples. One is of iron plus chlorine gives FeCl3, and this one is from the NCERT book, that is propane gives carbon dioxide and water on the combustion with oxygen. Okay, so how to balance? Balance for carbon first, then hydrogen, then oxygen. So you have to follow the path, okay, to balance the chemical equations, chemical reactions. Okay, so as per discussed in the Google Meet, okay, you require one of the video related to determination of empirical formula and molecular formula. Okay, so for the same I am putting the video on Monday. Okay, on Monday. Okay, so Monday we will going to put a video related to empirical and molecular formula determination. There we will solve 2 to 3 example of that, so as to understood the what is actually, okay, the how to determine the empirical and molecular formula, and that empirical and molecular formula determination. Okay, so everybody please listen carefully that there is a 4-mark question. Okay, there is 4-mark question on empirical formula and molecular formula determination in the annual exam of PUC first year. Annual exam of PUC first year. So we will see a new video, okay, related to molecular and empirical formula determination on a Monday. Okay, and after that, if you have any query, you can call me or you can speak in the Google Meet. Okay, so this is regarding the stoichiometric and chemical reaction balancing. Okay, we will stop over here.